Welcome to this video on how to add activities to your BowTie. My name is Julia Burghaaf and I am a product manager for BowTieXP. Today we will look at two main steps. The first one is to create the activities and the second one is to link the activities to the barriers. Right here on the screen we have a BowTie in which the basic elements are already filled in. We have our threads, our top event, our barriers, etc. But now as an organization we want to look in more detail at our barriers. For example, the breath alcohol ignition interlock device. As an organization you can think about how will this barrier be able to function continuously? What do we need to do to make sure that this barrier will continue to work? So what activities? Well, we can think about the breath alcohol ignition interlock device and say, well, to make sure that this type of equipment keeps on working, we need to maintain it. So let's create that type of activity for this barrier. To create an activity, we go to the left side of the screen to the tree view and we go to activities. Right now I have already put categories in the activities. If I go to the plus button on the left of the activities and click on it, it will unfold and you see I have categories. I've called them C for category, category maintenance, category training and a category inspection. You do not have to use categories, but this structure is very handy if you have a lot of activities. If you just want one list of activities, you can go right click on activities and add new activity. But right now we have this beautiful structure and we say, well, we want to have another maintenance activity. So we unfold maintenance and we see, oh, within the category maintenance is the activity maintenance of the lane departure system. But for our barrier, we want a different type of maintenance. So we're going to create a new activity. Right click on maintenance and we say new activity. A code is automatically generated. The computer looks at the previous code. You can still change it if you want, that's no problem. Now we give the name. We see this exclamation mark, which means we have to fill in this field. So what is the name of our activity? It is the maintenance of the breath alcohol ignition interlock device. Right? Then we have lots more fields we can fill in, and on the top we have numerous tabs to fill in extra information, but you don't have to do this. So let's leave it for now. Let's press OK. And then we see a new activity has been added by right clicking and then selecting new activity. Now we have created a new activity. The second step is to link it to a barrier. Because right now the software does not know to which barrier this activity belongs. We can link activities to barriers in two ways. One of them is by simply double clicking on the barrier to which we want to link the activity. Then on the top we see the tab activities. On the left is the list called available, and those are all the activities we have. On the right side we have the column assigned. And here we can put the activities that we want to assign or link to our specific barrier. So to this barrier we want to link the activity maintenance of the breath alcohol ignition interlock device. Click on the arrow and now it is here. We can add multiple activities for this barrier. For example, defensive driving. We add it and later we think, well, it actually does not make sense. This activity does not belong to this barrier. Then we can put it back again in the available list. Let's say okay, and the computer asks, do you want to show it? And I say yes, and then we see the activity code, the name of the activity and who is responsible. But this is left open because we didn't fill it in. If you say, well, I actually do want that, you can go back to the tree view, double click on your activity and then fill in the extra information. So for example, in this case about maintenance, who is responsible for that activity? Well, probably the maintenance authority. You can adjust these fields as well. We press OK and we immediately see it there as well. Now I said there was another way to link activities to barriers, and there is. Let's take a look at this barrier, defensive driving. Now we think about what activities do we need to undertake as an organization to make sure this barrier works, so that people will do defensive driving. Then we look at our activities, and it's probably a training activity. I already put it in, and it says the activity defensive driving training. Now if we want to link it to the barrier, we simply click, hold, drag, and release it on the barrier. And we can see it. Now if you no longer want to see the activities under the barriers without removing them, so simply just hiding them, you can click on the eye. The eye lets you decide what you want to see below the barrier. So in this case, activities is switched on for long version. You can also choose short version, and now we want to switch it off. The activities are still there, still linked to the barriers, they are just hidden temporarily. If you want to see them again, just click on the eye again and click activities, long version or short version, whatever you want. Now I've already shown you how to unlink activities. So double click on the barrier and then you can just put it back in the available column. And then, okay, it's gone. And if you really want to remove an activity, you can go to the activity in the tree view and delete it here if you want to make it disappear forever. And then right click, delete activity, or simply press delete. And it asks you to confirm it because this activity is linked to a barrier. And I say, well, throw the activity away anyway. So I press OK. And then it is gone again. So that's it for today. Good luck with it and see you next time.